Be so glad if I could speak Greek the level you have in English.
Hey everyone. Hey everyone, this is George and I'm here with the great Kaveesha. How are you doing, Kaveesha?
I'm
right?
Fantastic, yeah.
That's perfect. So, I've never done a video in English, especially in this channel, so that's a very special moment for me, and for me to get it to actually make it work, it's something that I really wanted to do, because Kaveesha is the author of this amazing book. It's called I Am: How to Release the Shame of Narcissistic Abuse and Transform Financial Poverty to Wealth Beyond Numbers. And we had a conversation yesterday about this thing that a lot of people want to make money, and we actually discussed a lot about like the motives that some people have and how is that holding them back from actually reaching this financial point that they're like abundant with money. And we talked about how like some people can get like trauma triggers and hold themselves back from actually, you know, progressing to their financial freedom. And we actually wanted to do a video about that and help you guys with this one. And also, by the way, if you really like the video, you can check out this book. You can find it on the description. There's going to be a link to get the book. I recommend it 100%. I haven't read it yet. I'm going to read it all the way back when I'm going back home, and I'll tell you my my feedback. I already think it's going to be amazing from the talk that we had. Do you want to introduce yourself to my audience?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay, let's just get this one. There you go.
Thank you. Hey everybody, my name is Kaveesha. I'm a certified breathwork practitioner, meditation facilitator, as well as a #1 international best-selling author with the book that George just introduced you to. And yeah, my journey with wealth, my journey with money has been a very rocky one, starting from my upbringing, having a narcissistic father, abusing his financial power to control me as well as my mother. You can read up all it, or like a little bit of a glimpse of my story in regards to that in the book.
What we're gonna do.
Yeah, it's like, and it's not just, you know, it's a co-creation. I really want to leave that as well.
Yeah.
It's a book collaboration of 14 women that all experienced narcissistic abuse. We all experienced financial poverty, and we all found a holistic healing modality that helped us to turn our story around and create financial abundance.
Right. Cool. So let's start. I'll start first with a little bit of my story and how, when I got into this online coaching business, like how it was actually going on in my mind. And I think I haven't really talked about that yet. So like in the beginning, like when I started my online business journey, it was really rough, because one thing that I came across, like a really big problem that I had, is like I never actually had money in my life. My family is not a rich family. They've been like poor and middle class their whole life. So I always had like a certain point that I felt like if I reached it, you know, I would go back again. So like exactly, I remember the exact numbers. Like the first time that I actually had like 600 euros in my bank account, I felt like that was so much, and then I started spending them in like useless stuff, honestly. And I would reach this level again. I would self-sabotage and reach this level again, that I'm again in like 200, 300 euros in my bank account. That was actually very awakening for me to see that, you know, I reached my limit. And what I found out is like I still have a limit, but it's a little bit higher than 600 euros, because I obviously have like a lot of expenses to do now, but still there is a limit. And what I found out is that like the first step that I would give to myself, and obviously to my followers, to always identify is where this limit is. Like, where do you put the limits from yourself? Like, how much money do I deserve? How much money can you realistically see yourself having in your bank account? Like, you can open like your phone, open your bank app and be like, yeah, this is the exact number I think I feel like I deserve. Not I think I deserve, I feel like I deserve. Like, I wanted to ask you, like, how does that actually happen? Like, why do people actually have, you know, I like to call it as a ceiling of success. Why is that happening? Why don't we have like abundant, infinite numbers on our mind that we feel like in a certain way connected to this number. Like, why don't we have like €1 million in our minds that we can actually reach that? Like, why does that happen? Like, do you have a certain explanation for that? Is there a reason?
Yeah, I think I have an educated guess.
Yeah, okay. That's perfect.
So it's, first it comes all back to the conditioning, to the programming that we have received in our upbringing, in the environment that I grew up in. So like, I briefly tapped into my story with my father that was abusing his financial power. How that's turned out in, real life situations was by Austrian law, which is the country I'm born in. After a child turns 18, it needs to successfully pursue an education in order to be eligible for child support. But this term of what is successfully studying or pursuing an education is not really defined in the law. So my father abused that gray area to drag me to court every 6 months. And I had to literally prove that I'm worthy, that I've done enough studying, that I've done enough credits in university in order to be deserving of his money. So what that left me with is the belief I need to prove myself that I'm worthy. I need to work really hard. Working just 2 or 3 hours a day, that's for lazy people. They will never make big bucks. So if I want to reach 1 million, the number that you mentioned, I need to work a lot. I need to work 10 hours, 12 hours and grind and hustle my way through life.
And you think them as a lot of like putting in hours and putting it like hard work in there and not like smart work. And giving like honestly like giving like a service or helping the community in a way, and that was actually a big shift as well, because a lot of people working like for let's say five euros for an hour. That's actually the average in Greece, by the way. I didn't know if you know that. So like a lot of people get this like I have to work certain hours to make certain money, so they feel like if I am to make like let's say 5,000 euros per month, they think that I have to work like 24 hours per day, which is the complete opposite, by the way. It's a little bit, but yeah, anyways, I'll continue with your...
This is a perfect example of another conditioning. It's just like time equals money. The only resource that I have in order to make money is that I give away my time. I mean, all of our society, or the majority of us living on this planet, working, we actually give a company, an employer 40 hours a week in advance. We have soon the last of August, right? So salaries will go out. But many have worked the whole of August, several hours a day, before they actually receive money.
That's true.
And it's always conditioned, like how many hours did I work? What's in my work contract? 40 hours a week, so 160 hours a month. And if I've done that, then I receive money.
Right, okay.
And a big shift that happened for me was to realize the experiences that I had in my life, the teachings that I learned from this experience, as well as the educations that I went through. Like I studied business administration, for example, for 6 years. I am certified as a breathwork facilitator, as a meditation facilitator.
She's amazing, by the way. She does an amazing job with it, I'm not gonna lie.
All the trainings, all the personal development courses that I've done the math ones. I spent nearly $100,000 in myself.
Right, okay.
And in Austria, education is for free. That is not including a student loan. It's not like in the US and the UK where you leave university and have a long list of debts. So this was the $100,000 was really something that I invested in trainings, in personal development courses, in coaches, in therapists, and so forth. And by just being me, by just sitting here with you and having a conversation and sharing that with the audience, there's so much value in this.
It is. Yeah, there is 100%. And that's what I was saying yesterday. Like I had this breakthrough in my mind because like the last 15 days, like I spent more than 2,000 euros in my personal development, like especially coming here and everything. And you know, like it actually raised my value as how much valuable I think I am in the stuff that I teach. Like, because you know, when you don't invest anything in your work, you don't put anything to risk. There's nothing to lose. So like when you want to, like, let's say start your own online business, if you don't have anything to lose, then if you make like $100 in like a month, you're like, yeah, that's fine. But if you invest like 1,000, you're already being like, okay, now I need to make 2,000 because I need to make the investment back. And that's like, it's with everything, like it's getting like a personal development course, let's say, like your course or my course or whoever course. What your brain actually does to you is that you're trying to get the most out of this. Like you invest like $1,000 into it, and your brain thinks that I have to make them back, right? So your brain is gonna find like all these ways that you're gonna try to make the most out of this course back. Because what we actually see is like when we have like a free video, right? People see it, they're like, yeah, that was a cool video, let me go to the next one, because it was for free. They never got like any notes, they never wrote anything down. But when they take like a 1,000, yeah, you've seen that when people take $1,000 courses, they're all like with notes and trying to remember everything and really like investing time into that because they actually want it to work. And that's like tapping into a new reality that I invest myself and I get stuff back. I invest in it and I get stuff back. So I think investing for me in the beginning wasn't like I was very egoistic in the beginning. I was very like, you know, everything is for free, like all the information is out there for free. And that was really bad to think about because I was watching like hours and hours and hours of content on YouTube, and nothing really, you know, made me go a little bit further. Nothing like made me past this certain point that I had. And when I started investing in coaches, in mentors, in programs and all that, that changed like massively. Like I could get the same information, but my level of investment would be so much different, you know. And that's what I'm trying to say. Like, for the stuff that you actually want to pursue, you want to make them happen, invest fully, risk for them, like take absolute risk, like crazy risks, honestly. Because if you don't risk, like if you don't believe in your dream, like make it actually happen, no one else is going to believe in that, obviously. So if you put like your money on the line, your time on the line, that's where you have to make it work. You feel like I have to make it work now. So you'll do everything in your power and beyond that to actually make it work. So that was actually a big realization for me. Investing in that, it's not like every investment is gonna make it work, but still you get this sense that I'm investing in my dream. So that's where you go front.
It's beautiful. That's what you just mentioned. And that is exactly also what I've experienced as a trauma-informed mindset coach. With my clients. My journey in terms of pricing, for example, like what do I charge for my services, for my programs? And in the beginning, due to limiting beliefs of like I'm not worthy, is this program really going to work? I created it myself. I don't know if that's ever going to give results. So I set a price point of a few €100, and people bought, and that gave me confidence to increase the prices to the point where now the same course costs like over €2,000. The difference that I saw, the more people invested in themselves, like the more they put a stake down in the ground and said like, I'm showing up for myself. You know, it's not about, they don't show up for me, they do it for themselves. And that made me actually realize undercharging or maybe even giving too much for free is a way of being of disservice to my clients.
That's true.
Because if I charge too little, they will not bring the commitment, therefore they will not get the results.
That's
so it's a lose-lose situation.
But at the same time, like what I've seen is like with my richest clients, so like they pay like an amount of money that they feel comfortable with paying, still because they have like a lot of money, their levels of commitment, they're not up there yet.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm like, man, do you know what $1,000 is actually like? No, they don't feel like it.
No.
For them, it's like €1. Yeah, just put €1 in there.
That's exactly what I mean. Yeah. So for clients like this, yank up the price.
Yeah, that's true. That's what I'm trying to see. Like, I'm trying to see the level of commitment for this guy or for whoever. Like, how is that gonna make him committed into that? How is he gonna feel like, if I don't do the work, I'm losing completely? Yeah. And yeah, that's why I'm always saying, like, I don't charge per hour, because charging per hour is not really working. It's like charging per person, personality, story, transformation, everything has to do with, like, the pricing has to do everything about the person that I'm about to coach. It's not something that, oh yeah, we're gonna do the same things with like some other person. It's like, what's your personality? What is actually going to help you? What investment is going to help you? What time investment from me is going to help you? It's just like different types of coaching styles, let's say. Another question that I actually wanted to ask you is about how would you relate this ceiling of success to trauma, basically? And some people, because they believe that they're not worthy, they're still like stuck in this 9-to-5 job, 9-to-5 life, like this rat race life that they can't really get out of that, because they might have like some skills that they can teach to people, they can provide to the world, but still they're stuck in this rat race life with 9-to-5 jobs and all that. Like, what is going on like behind that? Like, what is it like limiting beliefs, and where they might be coming from?
Yeah. So, as I tapped into it earlier, it definitely is part of our upbringing, the first 6 to 8 years of our life. The question is, why do we continue doing it? Because now we're not 6 years old anymore. Now we are both adults. Yeah. But we continue doing it.
That's true.
And what comes to mind there is a book and a healing modality that completely changed my approach with that.
Okay.
It's called Existential Kink.
Right, yeah, the one that you told me. Yeah.
Yes,
exactly. Existential kink.
Yes, exactly.
It's like with a wink as well.
So existential kink is based on the belief that everything we have in our life and everything we don't have in our life, we have created that situation.
Right.
So we are the creator of our reality. And with that statement, I'm sure many of you already have in their mind, but fuck, why would I create the situation to only earn a certain amount of money every month? And when an unexpected bill comes in, I'm panicking because I have no fucking clue how to pay it. Or why would I create situations where I fall madly in love with a man or with a woman and that person doesn't feel the same way and I'm getting rejected? Why would I create to have a chronic disease like migraines? I had migraines for a very, very long time.
Right, yeah.
Why would I do that? And the answer of existential kink to that question is like a part in our subconscious gets really aroused.
Turned on,
fired up. Because our body ultimately, it's not just looking for pleasurable, yummy sensations, it's looking for physical sensations in order to feel alive.
Right.
And sometimes the pain hurts just so fucking good.
Yeah. I can relate to that. I can. Because when you go back to this painful situation, like we had a conversation with a client last night, like he wanted to go back with his ex-girlfriend, and I remember like 1 year ago he was talking about how when they were in a relationship, like they were really fighting and always like asking like, what should I do? I'm crying every day for my girlfriend. I don't know what to do. And now he wants to go back in there because like I even felt like he actually loved the pain. He preferred this pain from some like other pain, the pain of the unknown, basically. Like if you tap into a new reality that this ex is not there anymore, that's like an unknown territory. You don't know if like how it's gonna be, like how is your reality gonna be. So that's kind of painful. So you actually choose the pain of like messing with your ex again and having all this pain. And what actually really resonated with me when I went to a workshop like 2 weeks ago, when the host actually told me, it's actually a choice. And when you actually understand that it's a choice, like the pain that you have, it's a choice, it just like blew my mind. It's like I choose that for myself.
Partly, I agree with you.
Partly, okay. Why do you?
I like you. I know you like to be challenged.
Yes, 100%, 100%. Yeah. Fuck my whole mentality. Fuck my whole perspective. I don't care.
So, like, not all of it. Like, but partly I agree. It's a conscious choice. But when it comes to the concept that we just talked about, of like sometimes the pain hurts just so fucking good.
Yeah.
It is strongly connected to our life force energy, to our sexual energy,
right,
which is the strongest force that lives in the human body.
Right.
Literally, both of us were created. Every watcher here, every people viewing this video was created by that energy,
right,
through our sexual energy, our parents.
Yeah, when they had like
an
sex.
intimate moment.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's true.
Yeah? So the thought for many of us that the pain is turning us on and arousing us and giving us very yummy and pleasurable sensation is a fucked up one.
Yeah.
And it's hard to, in a conscious level, to say yes to that. Mm-hmm. So we push down that experience. We
right,
push down that we're getting turned on by pain, emotional or physical pain. And say like, nope, that's not me. No, that's for the weird people. Like, I'm not part of the weird people, so like, stay over there, right?
Yeah.
So what we do there, we try to push down the strongest energy that is living in our human body and saying like, nope, you are not welcome here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Since we are dealing with very strong forces here, that drive, that sexual drive, is like conditioned and programmed pain the body is looking for in order to feel alive will find a way to come out. Mm-hmm. In sneaky ways. It's going to manifest in life, and again a bill will come in and we have no fucking clue how to pay it.
Yeah.
Or again, we will be attracted to a person, a man or a woman, that does not feel the same way romantically as we are feeling for them.
Especially for the emotional unavailable.
We're gonna play a broken record of habits, of thoughts, because it makes us feel alive.
Right.
So that's why, like, you're coming back to, like, it's a choice. Partly.
It's not
on a conscious choice.
It's not a
it's
conscious
a subconscious choice.
But at the same time, like I'm thinking about how Eckhart Tolle was saying, like, the worst enemy of unconscious mind is the conscious mind. It's like as soon as you start, bringing up some unconscious thoughts into your conscious thoughts, like that's where you can actually change the patterns and the behaviors. Exactly. It's not the easiest thing in the world, but what I found how I could actually resolve that is like by writing stuff down, like bringing every subconscious belief into the reality and writing it down, because afterwards, every time that I would do something to drag me back, like I would actually remember that, oh shit, that's actually what I actually wrote. So that's the time to actually make a new reality out of that, like a new belief, a new pattern, a new, like, everything that has to do with it. But it's actually like the first resolution, that, because I like giving resolutions as well, it's like just writing down all these patterns in your life, like understand where the patterns are, and every time that you have like a pain body attack, that we like to call it a pain body attack, just write it down. That actually had just happened right now. I just spent 400 euros or $400 into this fucking thing, and I think that was a bad idea. It's like, hey, the next time you're gonna spend that much money on a bad thing, you're gonna be like, is that a bad idea to purchase that, or is it an investment? And then you're gonna be like, oh yeah, that's not the investment. So let's put this $400 in the bank and just keep them, or invest them somewhere that I can actually make more money. But that's like a behavioral pattern that you have to understand in yourself in order to resolve it. Okay, bring in the unconscious thoughts into your consciousness. So.
Would you like to have and give your audience another very yummy way of bringing the subconscious into the conscious?
Meditation? What do you think? I'm thinking, hold on. What's your idea?
So it's actually the practice existential kink.
Right,
so,
okay.
There's a whole book about it. I very much recommend that book. It's a yummy read. It blew my mind. And also in the book, she describes different practices to do exactly what you described, to bring subconscious experiences into the conscious mind.
Right.
And one of them is a very simple practice of setting a timer for 20-30 minutes. You create a safe space where you feel, you're alone, no one's coming in. You maybe put them some nice music, some candles, some incense, wear something nice. And then you bring in front of your mind's eye a memory of a situation where you felt like, fuck, this again. Again, another bill, again, a man, a woman that rejected me.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be a topic that is fairly sensitive and new and vulnerable. So it should be a topic that you have looked at once in a while before. You bring that like a concrete situation. I can bring an example up of mine.
Okay.
So the example of mine in regards to the practice existential kink, to make it a little more tangible. My poison is the unavailable man.
Right.
The man that is flaky, that man that plays games, that man that is very flirty, gives me a few crumbs and then he's withdrawing again. And, with these few breadcrumbs, I could live for 2 years. I would still be, oh my God, when a text message is coming in. So the avoidant, unavailable man really is my poison. So when practicing existential kink, I bring a situation of a man I fell in front of my mind's eye. You consciously breathe, so bring attention to the breath. And at the same time checking the body for physical sensations of arousal.
Right.
So
where exactly in the body do I feel turned on?
Where in the body do I feel what's going on here?
Yeah.
So that could be a pulsating sensation in the groin. That could be a tingling in the lips. That could be like a stroke along the neck of right?
Yeah.
And that will bring the subconscious conditioning of the unavailable man that texts me only when he is drunk and he wants to get laid, and I'm replying.
I like to call them booty calls, by the way.
Yeah, exactly. Is really turning me on, and instead of pushing that away, actually going into allowing the sensations, being that feels actually really fucking good. Yeah,
and actually accepting it, not repressing it, because I think a lot of people can actually identify that and be like, man, I have to get that out. I have to stop feeling like that. How can I get it out? Should I meditate? Yeah. Get it out. But no, actually it's about accepting it and about really leaving your body to sense it in a way that you want to experience the whole of it, it wants to get out, it wants to run its course. And that's what I'm saying, you have to actually be in a state that you want to feel it inside your whole body. Yeah. And firstly, it's a very yummy, pleasurable practice. Yeah, obviously. So try it out. And secondly, what will happen with that is that you don't suppress it. The body can feel it. There is a safe space that you chose to allow your body this fucked up sensations and connections. And with that, it's not going to manifest anymore on the outside. Right.
Over time, using this practice, for me, the unavailable, avoidant man, he tastes very badly now.
Right.
Like I was like, I can see him far, far away, and I'm turning the other way and walk the other direction.
I had a conversation about that, by the way, that it's a little bit out of the actual conversation that we had, but talking about that, I had this conversation with a client that he was telling me like how he wants to go and play games with the girls and really tap into their insecurities, and that's what make them fall in love with him, and I don't think that's healthy in any way. You're not gonna get into a relationship with a girl or a man based on their insecurities. That's 100% sure. That's 100% sure.
And it's the same with money.
Yeah.
It's the same with money, you know, with like bringing these parts of I'm playing games, these parts of like, for me, the reason why the unavailable avoidant man was so attractive, it's the same why I was stuck in a certain monthly income level.
Right.
Because I wanted to prove myself. My body gets so fired up and turned on by situations in my business where I can prove how smart I am.
Yeah.
How much I know about breathwork, how much I know about meditations, if I can create the most fantastic program that will give you mind-blowing results. And then overworking myself and neglecting my energetic blueprint, which is like 2 to 3 hours a day I can work efficiently, maximum a day.
Right.
If it's more than that, I'm depleted.
Yeah.
But I did that for a very long time, not just in my corporate job, but also in my business in the beginning, because that's where actually pleasure came from.
Yeah, I can understand that.
So it really is like it's entangled, this like how we relate in a romantic relationship, how we relate with our business.
That's
how
actually
we relate
100% sure. Like I've seen so much stuff that have been happening with relationships that is the exact same thing with business.
Yeah.
Like if you don't feel like you deserve the right person for you, and you only want to play games with people, you're still gonna have the same problem with your business. Like you're only gonna get like a certain point in your business. You're gonna be self-sabotaging. You're gonna be finding the not the right clients for you. It's just like a roller coaster that it keeps happening. And I found so many similarities with relationships and business, and I think. Like I don't know if that's true, but if you actually do like some relationship trauma work, would that help in your business as well?
Absolutely.
Yeah. No, that's actually amazing. Yeah. That makes so much sense because I've seen so many similarities. So I just wanted to ask you about that.
And I'm actually gonna tease you a little bit here. I'm actually in the near future, let's say in the next 2 months, I'm gonna host a masterclass around that.
Right, okay.
Which is gonna be like looking at our guilty money pleasures.
Right.
In terms of, what is the desire that we have in terms of earnings, monthly income-wise or yearly income-wise, where is it where I'm now, and what's holding us back, and using like our pleasurable sensations to find out where our blockage is, in order to welcome them instead of pushing them away, and by welcoming them they are slowly dissolving. So that's what the masterclass is going to be about.
I tell you guys, this is probably like one of the best things that you can actually do, because if you know me, you relate to me. That was my problem. I didn't even know where when trauma was kicking in, and when I was feeling pleasure in order to keep myself back, because it actually gives me a little bit of pleasure. And think about that, like the idols that I used to have, they were like broken like people, like self-destructive artists and all that. So like when I was, self-destructing, it was actually pleasurable inside of me. And when I found out about that, it was just like, poof. Yeah. So if you actually want to, tap into a new reality, tap into a new paradigm, really identifying all these these concepts in your mind, these subconscious beliefs that don't really help you with your conscious goal, not your unconscious goal, because your unconscious goal can be like, yeah, I just want to self-destruct. No, with your actual conscious goals that you have in life, I think that's one of the best things that you can actually do. And I'll probably, do you have like a website for people
no,
that can
since it's going to happen the next 1 to 2 months, you can follow my Instagram account.
Yeah, you can follow her Instagram
we can
account.
Link that.
Yeah, I'll put that here, here actually. Yeah, exactly. You can actually give her a follow, send her a message as well. Hey, I really liked your video with that you did with George, and yeah, I think you have so much potential with this work, because I think the world actually needs it. And I feel like, for me, like I feel like it's my obligation for people to put this video out, because I've never really seen people talking about this kind of things, and that's what I felt. I felt like that's my obligation to bring you here, talk about all this stuff, and people that will resonate with you, that will come to you, that will come to your Instagram page, to your programs, to your book. By the way, read the book. It's just like 16 euros. Like, come on, it's 16 euros, man. And it's gonna change your life, honestly. It's gonna get you into a new reality, honestly. Just get the book first. Read the book. There's an ebook as well, right?
Yes.
You don't have to wait for shipping.
Yes, exactly.
You can just read it right now. And the ebook is like 5 euros.
Yeah. Something like
it's
that.
Nothing, guys. Just get the ebook, okay? Get the ebook. And if you want more work and you like Kaveesha's work, you can find her on Instagram and maybe sign up to her masterclass. Yes. I might actually join myself.
Yeah, I'd love to have you.
Yeah, so we can actually have this experience together. That's actually amazing. Anyway, thank you so much for being here. Honestly, it was a pleasure having you here. Do you have any final thoughts that you want to share with us? Any final tips, advices that you want to share?
Follow your desires.
Follow your desires. That's an amazing message, honestly. Thank you so much for that. I hope you enjoyed this video. Not every video is gonna be in English, but since I'm here and I meet these amazing people, I just want to bring them here. So yeah, thank you again for coming. Thank you for watching. I hope that was valuable for you. And if you liked it, leave a comment down below. Say what you actually, what's your story, what's your goals, and what you want to achieve in life, and what holds you back, and we can maybe have like a little conversation there. That's all. Me, George Kaveesha from Osho Afros Meditation Center. Yeah. We sign off. Hope to see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.